has chosen the storyline spread for your general monthly reading, which is a scattershot across the entire sign, telling 3, 4, or even 5 different stories for people going through different scenarios this month. The stories can be about any topic, so the floor is wide open. People say that often multiple stories do and will resonate with them, but the main goal of the storyline spread is to find that one story that is all about you. And that is what we're going to do today. Welcome into my great Leo friends. So good to have you here. My name is Scott Sagent and I am ready for your storyline spread for May 2024. Here is the overlay of the cards that I'm looking at. You got your 3 stories here separated out, small, medium, and large is how Spirit did this. The bottom left corner story is what we're going to do first. That's the small one. The medium up there with the devil. And then the big one is what we're going to wrap up with. Very large story there. Let's get started. Get this out of the way here and into your reading. In case the pictures are something you want to take a longer look at, you can do that on my Facebook page. Not just your sign, but all of the signs. Pictures from their readings. Let's start with story 1, shall we, Leo? Smallest story of the group. This is about the kids, guys. The kids come in here. Also nostalgia card, but let me give you the definition of the children first. This is largely about the kids being a major focus for May. I don't know if it's because school's wrapping up or there's like performances or there's things to do with the kids, money being moved around for the kids, but the kids are a large focus, and it is in a major way. And they talk about the lessons moving forward. So they're saying like, remembering what you've learned to get here is a big deal for a lot of people. Goals, moving forward toward goals for the kids, all that kind of stuff. The other definition of this card is a definition of nostalgia. So there may be something happening in May that reminds you of something. Maybe you're going back to your old hometown. Maybe you hear a song that reminds you of something major from your past. That's what nostalgia is, and that's the card for it. Now, whatever they're talking about here, it's got to be some kind of a large driver because they talk about it in a general reading for you. So not only is it hitting a lot of people, but they're trying to give you some advice here about moving forward with the lessons you've learned from this nostalgia. Maybe there is a kind of an immature energy in here a little bit too, like them to saying don't stoop to other people's levels. Let the immature people be immature. You don't have to join them. That kind of thing. They also bring in my Oracle Angel card, an interesting one, of healthy lifestyle. It says eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep. A lot of people don't do that. And exercise regularly for optimal health. So healthy lifestyle, guys. This may be a push for the kids. Healthy lifestyle too, doing something that brings them health. A lot of different ways that this can go, but you can get the gist of those moving parts there in story 1. Very good. Let's get into 2. Story 2, Leo, we start with that devil card, the card about bondage, being handcuffed to something you don't necessarily want to be stuck with. Well, May does have that energy to it. Okay. This can be bad habit related. Habits come up a lot with the devil. And if it was that, they would be telling you here that, Leo, this is just not the good time to be kicking habits. It's maybe too much stress, too much stuff going on, busy worrying about the kids. It is not the time to address things like that. The deeper dives, it is just not the right timing for it. I also need to address that I have 3 major arcana cards here. So this is a big story, and it is a big deal. However, when we have major arcana cards, it's a good job of telling us how important the story is, but it's bad with the details. So it's a perfect time for me to remind you that this is a general reading if you're looking for messages that are personal, specific, 100% about you, and not all of your Leo friends. Those are available on scottsagent.com. I have a long list of products from small, services I should say, from small all the way up to full service, guys. A little something for everybody on scottsagent.com. They show a great authority needed here. So it's kind of like being the boss energy. You really need to step up energy that is occurring here in May. And they really, for some of you, that could be a literal translation. Maybe some of you have to be the boss literally. Go work for yourself or do something, a work project by yourself, something like that. You got to really step up. They also show my strength card, but it's inverted. So they're saying that there is a propensity here that some Leos are having a weakness in this situation. And that might be going back to the bad habits or the stuff that is attached to you that you don't want to be attached to. You want nothing to do with it, but hey, it's the universe's way of saying this has got to work itself out. This is karma. It's got to play itself out. And you have a weakness here to it. So they're not calling you weak and picking on you. What they're saying is all you got to do is flip this around. Very easy for my side of the table. A little harder for you, I'd imagine. But you got to just turn this into a strength. Be courageous. Be bold. Be strong in your month of May. And not only that, but have patience. They tell us that with the Oracle Angel card of patience. It shows a woman watering plants, actually. And it says in the card, your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. Okay, so you're just going to need to kind of let things play out. Let it do its thing. I wouldn't be making major changes here, especially if it's habit related or whatever's got that bond to you. It's going to be better to break that later. But this is something that you're dealing with perhaps in May. So hopefully I've given you some pieces there that you can implement some good change with. And we're going to be talking about the moon cycles very soon for divine timing with things. I'm kind of looking through your spread to see if they talk about it. They do. They give you guys actually full moon. Full moon is a strong push for Leo in the month of May because we got some purging energies, which we'll talk about in Story 3 right now. The first moving part in Story 3 is being a little bit on the dark side of your mind, guys. The things that we stress about, that cause us anxiety, the circumstances that we get involved in. This is, if that sounds like you, this is more than likely your story, finding the story that's about you here. And this is about, being in the dark side of your mind, the things that are maybe not real. Maybe it's illusionary. Maybe it's, you're attached to an outcome or a way something you think is going to happen a certain way. Maybe it's not, though. Anytime we have the illusionary, which is swords, the suit of swords, it's like going through the air. It's an air suit. This may be not even a thing. You may be worrying about something that may never come. So why stress and have the anxiety about it today when we don't know the future yet? Okay, easier said than done, I know. And we also have a card about hard work. So that may be a direction for some of my Leos here. To just work hard and chop something out to get to the next phase of where you're trying to go here. That also brings you prosperity. This is a card that I did not pull in your overhead view. I took the picture before I pulled that card. It was the one I forgot. But that's a very positive card for material needs. It says your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So it's a strong push toward you can do it. You can do it. You can make it, especially if they're talking about finances here. And I have this story overwhelmingly female. I have just feminine energy running all through it. It doesn't mean that it cannot possibly be for men too, but I feel like my men are probably more fixed in story 1 or 2. Other moving part here, we show my temperance card comes up. Again, patience. So just like story 2 talked about patience, story 3 also is calling for patience, except story 3 is saying you've done a really good job of being patient here. The issue is you're going to have to continue to be patient in May, okay? It's like you're not out of the briar patch yet. You're still in the stuff, okay? You're still in the middle of stuff that's going on. This is where your purging energy comes in. So they're actually wanting you to get rid of stuff. And if some of you have already done that, you're ahead of the game. You're doing excellent, Leo. They show my hoarder card, which means stop being a hoarder. You need to stop hanging on to stuff for too long, whether it's physical stuff that you need to sell, donate, repurpose, or whether this is energetic. And it's like, I've been hanging on to this person for too long. I got to get them out of there. They're no good for me, or they are not a friend. They are not who I thought they were. Okay, so it's purging energy, which is the full moon energy. And we also have doing things the right way. Doing things by the book is how it's described with my Hierophant card. So it's dotting the I's, crossing the T's, being extremely thorough in May. You don't want to cut corners. You don't want to do things in a shady or shisty way. So do things the right way. Also, it's a card about taking care of your people, taking care of your flock, very much a strong push there. All those things implement very nicely into your May. And I go back to prosperity. It's saying that, things are going to work out. You just got to maybe do the work. You got to, just get yourself through it, work yourself through it, and you will get through it. So very good. Your Rune Stone, guys, let's get into that before I send you to your moon cycles. Your Rune Stone is a good one for exactly what we talked about through many of the different stories. It is the Rune of Warrior. It is my upwards arrow. Probably the best one to show you is on this side. You can probably see that one. That might be cut off up there. Probably show you this one or this one. Right there. Arrow pointing up. That means warrior. It means be fierce. Putting on your war paint for May. You got to be tough. Okay. we talked about how, you might have to just be stuck to the situation that they talk about with the devil, the bondage card. You're just bonded to a situation that maybe you don't want in there, but you got to be strong through it. You got to be fierce. You can't let people walk all over you, wipe their shoes on your back, that kind of thing. You can't be a doormat type of energy. So be fierce, be a warrior. Story 1, being a warrior is being a warrior for the kids or maturity and getting this healthy lifestyle fixed up. Speaking of which, the extra reading you guys get an urgent reading again. They've been very active with Leo with urgent readings. You guys get a yes or no. So if you have a yes or no question, that is a reading to tune back into. Also, your angel protection. We're going to do a separate reading for that. Both of those first week in May, dropping back. So check into that. And then, your Rune Stone for Warrior on story 3 is probably just being fierce about just keep doing the work. Just be persistent. Keep chopping it out. You're going to get there. You can do some purging in there. That'll benefit you very greatly. Okay, maybe for some of you that's cutting something out of your health too, your diet, or it's getting rid of something, and it is that energy of sending it off into the universe, sending it back to God. Let the angels take it off your shoulders type of energy. Speaking of which, let's get into that right now with your moon cycle forecast. And because of that, you got to pay attention for my Leos to the full moon. Okay guys, it is moon cycles forecast time. Let's talk about these lunar energies that are all around us anyways, so we can use it to our benefit, implement some positive change into your month. Well, the first thing you need to understand is whether these energies are coming in or going out. Just like the tides, the moon has control of that. In the same way, you can use it too. The first thing that hits chronologically this month is the new moon. You're going to see all the text information on your screen, any rare occurrences, as well as the date. Now, this is a target date for the new moon. It doesn't have to be done on this date, guys. I really like to bracket a few days before and a few days after to get a very powerful week where you can bring new things into your life and really manifest. If it is NEW, it's not there before, brand new, this is the best time to bring it into your life. Something new financially, maybe something new with work, new love, new health. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's new, this is the best time of the month to work on these things. Really help bring it in. Adversely, the full moon, the opposite energy, the energy going out, hits on this date on your screen. And of course, the same rules apply. It doesn't have to be done on this date. We're talking about a week window, a few days on each side of it here. When this energy is very strong going out, and the energy going out is the best time to get things out of your life that don't belong there or that you don't want there. Something that's got control of you or hold of you that you don't want. Maybe something like a bad habit, maybe emotional baggage, a bill that's got to go. That would be something financially, maybe something with health, maybe an eating habit that's got to go. It doesn't matter if it's got to go. The full moon is your best bet to get this change to stick. If any of this has confused you, I've put together a moon cycle cheat sheet. I do it every single month. It is free. It is on the website, guys. You can check it out very easily. It is a little graphic illustration, a tool that you can use so you can kind of see these changes moving in and moving out, so you can align things in your month to it to really get them to stick, implement some great positive changes. All right, guys, that is it. We have been through it all. I hope you have enjoyed the reading and can implement some great positive changes into your May 2024. That is what it's all about at the end of the day. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future readings. Have an excellent May. I know you will.
So I guess the fortune teller's right.